Good day to you, friends in the School of Research. I'm here again to discuss the topic how to skillfully develop your PhD research topics. I have with me Dr. Godwin Asemota, which by now a bit familiar with. Thank you. Let's proceed. Maybe Dr. Godwin would like to say hello.
Uh, Good day to our viewers and listeners. Thank you for listening and subscribing to our research channel, and welcome you to the School of Research, which is doctoral research. We're looking at right now. We looked at the master's research earlier, and this is going to be a deeper aspect of thinking, because doctoral research is doctor of philosophy, doctor of thinking. So the thinking level is higher. Thank you, Dr. Lukemi.
Thank you, Dr. Godwin, for that insightful uh, points you have just mentioned. That is very key. And I believe our friends are listening and they will take note of this. Let's proceed quickly. What are the identification steps that are needed for us to have to develop the skill in uh, developing our research topics at the PhD level? Over to you, Dr. Godwin.
Thank you, Dr. Lukemi. What was said is skillful. To have a skill means you have power, you have prowess, you have knowledge, you have attitude, and your attitude will determine your altitude. How high you go determines your how your habits, attitude have been developed. So, as was said earlier, the core subject areas are important, which you love, and you are not a novice in that area. Possibly you did your first degree or master's in that area, and you are trying to delve deeper into the subject, into the area, to the profession, and be able to become an expert and a global player. So your program is important, your profession is important, and you're talking to your peers. So what you do, what you present, how you present them are important. So the problem, which is the meat of the process, the research process, which are at the core of research, must be clearly and precisely documented, stated in a way that it is concise, it is clear, and does not mean two things. You are saying what you mean what you just said. So there is precision, there is adequacy, there is extreme and sharp. And this is the starting point, which is the problem. And the beginning and how you begin will determine where you will end, how you will end, and what you will have as the outcomes. Then it is a process of reframing the problem to become researchable. And it's not every topic that is searchable. So those are the things that you must look at. Thank you for that. Look at the next slide. Can look at that.
We are looking at the identification steps. We have just discussed the part one. This is the part two, talking about how to come up with your research topic It starts with a problem in mind, the problem you have in mind after thoroughly looking at it and going through the procedures that we are going to uh, intimate you with right now will help you to carve out the topic at the end of the day. But these are the areas you have to look at. You have to look at the areas you are passionate about, okay, in the research, in the proposed topic that you're about to research on. And also you look at the areas you desire to solve problems, because at the PhD level, you have to contribute to the body of knowledge, and you have to solve a problem in the industry depending on the participant and the target audience you are looking at. And also the areas you have to add value, because the essence of Doctor of Philosophy, the Doctor of Thinking, it is to add value to the existing body of knowledge in the area of your interest, and also the areas to inform policy and the areas to contribute to knowledge. Do you have anything to add again, Dr. Godwin?
Thank you for that. The issue of being passionate about is a part and parcel of a doctoral research. Why is it doctoral? It is doctor of thinking, and it is a point where you begin to learn the rudiments of how to do the work. You are not an expert per se, you are an expert, but you are a learner by doing. You learn by doing, and you improve every day, and it requires long time of sitting and thinking, ruminating over what you have seen, what you are doing, and how to be adaptive and adaptable. So you are solving problems, getting new things, new revelations, and other things that are happening. So next slide, we'll talk more about that. So thank you very much. We talked about the concept. What have you conceived? What do you want to give back to? So these are the things that come in at the conceptualization stage of the research topic. And why research topic? What you are passionate about, what you want to delve more into, to, to contribute by solving a problem or providing means of being able to arrive as partially solving a problem and making it easier and more amenable to the people. And the first thing is to identify the topic. Usually you have several topics, not one, not two, not three. Then you begin to streamline them to your thinking, to what you see as areas to which you can contribute better, which gives you understanding. It can be challenging. So you must understand what is open in the research field and which is a minefield. And it is hazy, it is not so clear. So at the point of conceptualization, or at the point of conceiving the topic, then it becomes clearer and clearer as you remove every layer of cloud or some confounding issues. So, like we said, you define a topic. Once you're able to look at it with your supervisor or group of supervisors or the doctoral team or committee, you are able to arrive at the topic in consultation with the committee, the research supervisors, and in which they are experts also in that field. Because if you have supervisors who are not experts in the field, then you are by yourself. And you don't even know if you're on the right path or not when you begin the the project, and it can be a daunting task. So how we have used the topics of the 5 W's of what, where, when, whom, who, and how to say what is the problem, where is the problem occurring, who is affected, directly or indirectly, or in concert, how are they affected, in what ways are they being affected, when does the problem occur, at what times, at what intervals, is it in a blue moon, or it is regular, or it's repetitive? If it's repetitive, is it a form of noise, or it is regular? So those will tell you whether it is researchable. If it is predictable, then it's not much of what you can research into. Then why do you have the problem? Then how can you solve it? These are the things, and you can use the 5 W's and H to look at each of those problems as they are and see how they can be resolved or answered. Next slide, please.
Thank
Dr.
you,
Lukemia.
Dr. Godwin, for those explanations, and they are really on point. Now we look at how to obtain appropriate information about the problem or the topic. Okay. At this juncture, we need to read broadly from literature pertinent to your research topic. This is very key, and it is very critical to your research to be successful in the process of doing the research. Okay. Literature in the area of your interest, in the area of the problem and the topic you are envisaging to examine in the course of the conducting the research. And looking at, because you have done your master's degree in, maybe it may be a related area, you want to have a vertical qualification in the same area from the first degree, the second and third, it's okay. You have the liberty to do that. And also it helps you to know how to Google using the Google search or advanced Google search to be able to get to the to have access to literature that are relevant to your topic. And also while you are doing that, you have to have an understanding of the proposed research topic. It's one thing to read and study, is another thing to have a deeper understanding of what you are reading. When you have understanding, you are illuminated, you have an insight which will help you to progress in your research. And also, while you review literature, you must cite the sources. Citing sources is essential. You cannot do without that unless you be charged with academic fraud or plagiarism, which is tantamount to fraudulent practices in academic setting, which at this level you should know, and I believe you are aware of, because you have been told even at the first degree and also the second degree level of your research. So how do you go about this? You look at this text. You can start briefly looking at the desktop research in the confines of where you are. You look at it and you check the internet, you check the reciprocatory uh, the tools that are available to you in your library, even across the globe. Your institution connect with other institutions in, in the world. So you do that, and in doing that, you must be you must be deliberate, you must be focused, you must be intentional, because you must focus on the topic, the problematic areas you are looking at, and then you narrow down to the specifics as time goes on to be sure that, yeah, this, because if it is too wide a topic, it will not be researchable, and it will not be easy. It will be too cumbersome, and you have the scope, you have the time frame, you have, the limitation in terms of the timing that you are supposed to start the program of PhD program and the time to end. So within that scope of information available to you, you must work within the time frame. So you also look at journal articles, published journal articles that have been peer reviewed, okay, peer reviewed journals, okay, then also professional journal and other available literature that are relevant to your work. Maybe Dr. Godwin would like to throw more light on this.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Lukemi. Actually, the broadness of the literature one has to go through are many and varied. And this helps you to see where there are gaps in the literature, where there are open questions to be researched into. Why is it important? Nobody understands or nobody knows the answer, a solution to your research topic. You don't know, neither supervisors know what the outcomes will be. So it's a jigsaw puzzle. So that's why whatever literature or material you have read or gleaned must not be thrown away. They should be kept in archives and made sure that they are available, they can be seen, and that can help you to cross-check whatever you have written about those dates and whatever it is a marker for that particular journal. Then you must understand the importance of the research topic to body of knowledge, to profession, to governments, to other, so which we will look at in the next slide.
How to glean from appropriate literature, like you have mentioned in the previous slide, okay? There are do's and don'ts, which I know you may be familiar or not, but no matter what your position and your level in conducting any research, this will help you. The do's, you have to get a notebook and a pen, and you identify the journal name first while you are studying and reviewing the literature from whichever articles that you are interested in relating to your topic. Because we have said you must be intentional, it must be a deliberate attempt, because you want to glean, you want to obtain information and extract those things that are related to your topic. Okay, so you have to identify the journal names, or the name of the journal, for example, and also the names of the authors if there are more than one. And if it is just the only one, you name it, and then you identify it, you write it down, the volume, the pages, and the necessary things, and then you paraphrase in your understanding without misrepresentation of the original authors of what they are saying. You mean what the authors have said, and you have said you have written down what they have said, but you paraphrase to avoid plagiarism and academic fraud. And you identify the sources like we have said. And so that, why is it important? It's very important because while you are now combining them together, it must flow, it will not be in a confused state, and you will not be confused. And you have to keep all the your journals, I mean your jotters, this notebook we are talking about. What are the don'ts? You don't copy and paste, because at this level of PhD, which is a level of thinking, is a doctor of philosophy is doctor of thinking. We must think outside the box. You must think until it hurts. So you must think to help you to be creative and innovative on whatever you are trying to obtain from whatever sources you have. So be careful with AI. AI is good, but you have to be very careful. It has its own boundaries, because if you just tell AI to do this for you, do this for you, how are you going to take ownership? How do you defend it? And also, we have heard some information, we don't know how far it is true, but all of the same information is available for everyone to. You have to search more. What are the implications of using AI for research or for this and that, so that in future, if you are going to be in the academic sector, are you going to be penalized for using AI, and make that they may charge you for the fact that you are not original, that it is the machine that did the work for you. So these are the precautions we need to take to avoid what you have labored for not to be put into the dustbin. Avoid verbatim report, avoid, like what you have said, it's tantamount to academic fraud. Do you have anything to say to it again, Dr. Godwin?
Not much, Dr. Olukemi. It's just that, like what you just said, because of the nature of the research that is to be carried out, a lot of extra time is needed. It is an endurance test. It is a marathon. It is not 100-meter dash. And there's no quick fix to whatever you are doing. They take time, they take thinking, they take patience, and they take the totality of you and who you are shows in whatever you do. If you are haphazard, it will reflect. If you are detailed, it will reflect. If you are methodical, it will reflect. If you are somebody who takes pain in doing things, it will show. And the quality and luster that you have will reflect. And those are things that are important. So it differentiates you from the crowd. So you must have a voice. Your voice must appear. It's not echoing the other. So you will not be an echo, but a voice. I thank you, Dr. Lukem.
That's a very important point, which I believe you have taken note of this. This is very important, crucial to uh, having your PhD. And this is just the starting point. It's a rigorous endeavor, it's a rigorous journey. It takes everything in you, it saps you. You are spent and you spend. So please, when you watch this video, you will have to watch it again and until you get through to what and understanding what you have said, and and have the ability to do it, because it's an endurance test, like you have heard from Dr. Godwin. It's not a 100-meter dash, not a quick fix program. No, you must settle down to do serious work. Originality is very important in your PhD research. Let's move to the next slide. We don't have much. We have already exhausted the what we need to give you this time on this issue of how to skillfully develop your PhD research topics. Please watch my next video on PhD degree academic research. We'll still be uploading different areas of research, the issue of of contributors to knowledge, the roles of your supervisors, the issue of introduction, how do you come up with the background information, how do you state the problem. This is an area that we are going to work on and still upload for you. So please always continue watching my videos on PhD degree academic research. As you watch and extract relevant information and tips, do not hesitate to like, comment, share, and subscribe. You have a lot to gain and to improve your research. Thank you. We appreciate you there, our friends in the School of Research. And also, That is, if you want some consultation with us, myself and Dr. Godwin, please, our contact information, my contact information, I'm the lead person here in order to avoid any mix-up. So once you contact me, you can as well contact Dr. Godwin. So that is my email there. We want to wish you all the best in your PhD research. And if you settle down, you get the best. Continue to subscribe, continue to like, share, and comment, and take all these ideas that we are sharing with you. Take them to heart, settle down, act on them, and read wide also, and be original in what you are doing. Thank you. We wish you all the best.
Thank you too, Dr. And our audience. Have a great day.